Hello friends and welcome to the Talk Play podcast with me, Naz Dragonards. Joining me today are two very special guests. First off, he got into a staring contest with Clint Eastwood and won. It's the Flawless Cowboy.
Hello.
And our second guest is not Fox this time. We've scoured high and low for a special guest to fill his spot. And we went around, we asked everybody we could. Peter Weller, Michael Bine, Carrie Fisher.
Prince.
These are just some of the names of people we could not get in touch with. So instead we have ended up with a man we know only as Amazing Tim. Tim, welcome.
Alright.
Alright, he says. By the way, if you want to know where Fox is, if you're panicking about it, you should be, because he's gone up the north. As we all know, up the north, it's basically Game of Thrones up there.
It's grim.
Okay, so the south has got The Only Way is Essex, and This is Chelsea, and all that shit. The north gets Geordie Shore and Game of Thrones. It's a real thing. It's happening.
It's a documentary.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. He's seeing Arya Stark out of it. That's all we're going to say about it. That's the reason he's up there. He's just up there to see it. So if you see him in the new series, come March, isn't it?
Something like that, or next year.
March, if you see him in there, don't panic. It is all happening in real life. You'll be able to tell from the Talk Play podcast, if he returns, whether he lived it through. So there we go. Small explanation there.
It might be a spoiler next month if he's not here again. He probably had his head lopped off or something.
Spoiler alert, he's dead. Turned out he had too much of a moral compass and now he's dead. He's gone the way of Sean Bean. Spoilers. Lots of news to talk about, lots of things to get into. Right, we're going to start off, I suppose, with the biggest piece of news, PS4. That's got a date now. 29th of November.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a line drawn in the sand.
They've stopped taking pre-order copies?
Yep. Some places have, some places haven't.
Haven't they? Oh, okay. Then there's a lot of demand for...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big demand thing on there for that. But it's a bit worrying, I suppose, where they spent most of their conference talking about indie titles. There wasn't EA there at their conference. They did their own thing, and they also... We'll get onto the Microsoft thing, the deal they've got going on with them for Europe. And there was a big thing from Ubisoft showing us games we already have seen, like Assassin's Creed 4. Like, I know how that game is going to play. There's no point for it to be at a PS4 conference.
No, maybe,
I know it's going to be sitting down on benches, driving ships, and all sorts of shit like that.
Maybe they're holding back. Maybe they're waiting. Maybe they don't need to show much more stuff off. Maybe they want to wait till the pre-order sales start dipping a bit and go, hey, guess what? Look at these.
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, the big thing is, but they said this at the conference, that they've got a vision, they're sticking to that vision, they're not being like Microsoft, who've done like 9 trillion U-turns.
Well, that's the thing. Microsoft put a lot of their cards on the table initially and said, hey, this is what's cooking, what do you think? And everyone went, it's not kosher, mate.
Well, the latest thing they've come out with, they said that they're not going to have... You can play it without Kinect now. You can have that thing. You can disconnect Kinect, and it's fine.
The disconnect.
Just rip it out, which is great because I need a new paperweight, just something to pop it down on when I'm making notes.
Apparently it's way better than the other Kinect though. It's way more. You can really like walk into your own sofa a million times better than you can now. It's good
because
really,
I used the old one so much. At a minute I just got a cardboard cutout of what it should look like, just bits drawn on it. It says Connect, spelled with a C.
It's the Connect box. It's just got the picture on the outside.
Might as well be.
Yeah, which is it's pretty cool that they've got rid of that. I think they needed to. They might as well. They've changed their mind about everything else. Yeah. They might as well change their mind about that as well.
Well, a lot of people, because obviously it's always watching you. You don't really want something like that in your front room.
What is? Yeah, that's the worry. It's like the HAL 9000 just going to be watching you, just question. It might as well just be a man called HAL sat in there going, all right, mate, I'll log in for you. No worries. Check it out. You're into Xbox. Here's the controller.
Oh, you want to watch TV? No. I just mentioned TV. Sky Sports News? No. I just. You don't need to react to everything I say.
Right, we should probably talk about other stuff, PS4 and Xbox related. PS4, one of the big deals that got going down is COD Ghosts. If you get COD Ghosts on PS3, the box version I think it is only, you can get a download code. Well, you can get a download discount for the PS4 version, and you can get it for a tenner.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal.
So if you were thinking of getting Call of Duty Ghosts anyway, and you wanted like a month before it came out, just to have a crack on it or whatever, and then jump on a PS4, you got a nice deal there. And then it's extending to things like Ubisoft are going to be doing it, Warner Brothers are going to be doing it, a couple of other companies are going to be doing it. I can only assume with Warner Brothers they've got another Batman res up for Origins.
Or maybe another Lego Batman, another Lord of the Rings, or something like that. You know, that's Warner Brothers as well. It's a really nice way of saying, give us your money immediately, and we'll get another £10 off you later on.
Yeah, you could just go out and buy the next gen copy and then save yourself whatever.
Yeah, just wait a bit.
Yeah,
just wait a bit. But it's a nice idea, I suppose. It stops that whole dilemma of, ooh, do I bother getting it now and then.
Yeah, that's it. Like you say, it just saves that hassle. Another big deal that they had going on was broadband packages for Europe. A couple of ISPs are on board. Most notable is Orange. They didn't go into great detail about how this is going to work, but it's the idea that they're going to allocate some of the broadband pipeline to gaming.
Okay, makes sense.
Whatever that means. I assume they'll have other deals like, if you go with broadband with us, we'll give you a free PS4 or a big discount on a PS4 or whatever. But it's a good idea because we're very limited over here. We're not like in the US where it's super powered. We're still just trying to get our standards up.
Yeah.
So they're sort of showing around like that. I think who else? I think it might be Virgin Media who are doing something like that as well on top of it.
Yeah, it sounds something like that.
They're
always pretty innovative, aren't they, with their stuff?
I doubt Sky are doing it because they're not innovative.
No, that's a fair point. Yeah. If that's why you're wondering why it took so long for me to upload videos to the channel, you know why. Fucking Sky.
Thanks, Sky.
Thanks, Sky.
Thanks for all the quality
You're
TV.
the guy, Sky.
Thanks for all the quality TV we don't watch on you.
Thanks for going to a break at the same time on every channel.
Hey. PS Plus, of course you need that for online. But the deal is at the minute, if you get a year's worth, you can get another 90 days on top of that for free. And also, you know, it's worth getting PS Plus because day one you get a PS4. You can download that Drive Club game, but they're launching with it for free.
There'll be constant long-term benefits of being a member of that.
Yeah, you get early access to beta and discounts, free games.
Yeah, I mean, I played Spec Ops for free last week.
Yeah, fantastic.
Great little game. Yeah. Only about 6 hours long. I probably would never have bought that.
No, but
I had to play it, and now I've got an opinion for what I might want for a sequel. I think that's what that's really good for.
There you go. But whereas Xbox will continue to give us old free games like Crackdown and Dead Rising 2 and
Assassin's Creed 2. That was
Assassin's Creed
several
2,
years old.
Fable 3.
And it's only to the end of the year. PS Plus is forever, as far as we know.
And
Hashtag.
and ever.
It's gotten when it first launched, it wasn't that great.
Oh, it was awful.
But it has got.
They sort of launched it as like a concession to the big hubbub they had, where like their network was broken into and everybody's stuff was compromised. So they launched this kind of service to sort of counteract that.
I got a lot of cool games like Resident Evil Director's Cut and stuff like that. No, not Resident Evil. I just said Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid at a discounted price. The first one, you know, fantastic game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I was just complaining about Xbox giving old games away, but these were quite a lot of games, and they were
classics.
proper classic games.
It's good as well because obviously with the next gens not having backwards compatibility, but they'll still have like emulated games. So if you can get cheaper PlayStation 1 games with PlayStation Plus, then it means you can play PlayStation 1 games.
That's something I haven't.
On the PS4.
They haven't really spoken into that Geica service. The idea that you can get like the back catalogue of PS2 and PS1 games through this Geica streaming service, and might even have PS3 games on there as well.
But eventually, yeah.
I mean, whether they roll that into the PS Plus subscription model, or they say you got to pay like an add-on, like $5 every couple of months or whatever it is.
It would just be like a discounted price on the ones that you want to purchase.
Yeah.
Be that.
It's all like all in the cloud. It's all just magic and guffaw for all I know.
Ooh, shiny from the abyss.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, with the PlayStation Network at the moment is really slow. But what they've shown of the UI on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, they did a really clever thing where they opened their conference. They showed up. There was just a man sat down playing the PlayStation 4, and they showed it all off, and it looked really slick and really with it. Like you can,
Cool.
There's something like a PlayStation Live tab, and you go into that tab, and you can see what your mates are playing, and you sort of click on one of the boxes of what I don't know. I'll watch like the Flawless Cowboy playing something, and I will see what he's actually playing at the minute, and I just press a button to go into his game, and I'm in. In a couple of seconds.
That's cool. Everything needs to be. We've been playing Crackdown lately, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
The rigmarole of joining each other's games on that. It's just phenomenal. It's like, oh, hold on.
Unless you explicitly state you want a co-op game, it's buggered.
It just feels like the Dark Ages. I know it's not that old, but it just...
Oh, no, it is the Dark Age. That was the launch game.
Yeah, but...
Super Dark Ages. Let's go back to Xbox, I suppose. We've got to talk about the biggest deal, FIFA 14.
Oh, wow.
But that's so weird as a deal because they're saying every pre-order gets FIFA 14 download code. So you don't get to play FIFA 14 off the bat. You have to download it.
Yeah, the one exclusive thing they have is it Ultimate Team.
Yeah, the Ultimate Team Legends.
The Xbox version get that, and the PlayStation don't.
Yeah, you get to play with great players like Robbie Fowler.
Wow, good.
I saw Robbie Fowler come up and I thought, is he going to get a special grass sniffing celebration? Scratch and sniff, Robbie, smell that pitch.
He was class.
But it doesn't seem like a legend to me. It's just some bloke who spent his time twatting about Liverpool.
Maybe like Cantona.
Yeah.
Cantona's a bit of
I assume Cantona's in there somewhere. Apparently there's 40 players. It's going to be a next-gen FIFA. How big's that going to be? It's the size of it. It's just going to be like downloading, I don't know, like 60 games for PS3 at once. Or something stupid.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
It's going to be a massive download and it's going to take you days to do it.
I thought, I'll get to play FIFA next week. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, you got to schedule your time. The only good thing about it is the fact that they're all the next gen stuff's going to background download, so at least I can do something else.
Yeah.
As it's doing. I just hope it's not like the PlayStation one, where the second, well, PlayStation and Xbox, where the second you go online or you get a game that has any kind of online connectivity, it goes, I'm going to stop that for a minute for you. No, why? Just keep going. I'm not going to go online. Nah, I'll just stop this for you. Don't you worry about it. No, just fucking go. Just do it.
Just make it happen.
Make it happen.
There's a lot of anger today about things. We don't seem generally very happy about a lot of stuff that we're finding out this week.
I don't know. They talked about a PS3 and Vita drop to £200, and I'm kind of like, okay, cool story. Not that interested in those at the minute.
No. I don't think it's like compared to the premium that was on the PS3 when that first launched. That was massive.
Yeah.
I think I paid something like 400, 500 quid for the original 60 gig.
Yeah.
And then obviously this is quite cheap. The current gen, the next gen consoles.
Yes, it's much cheaper.
They've also said that the games are going to be the same price, which is going to be around 40 quid.
Yeah.
So that's good as well. So yeah, positive.
Yeah, they're not escalating it, but you own a Vita, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I mean, how many games have you played on it?
Less than 10 probably. I at first, like when you get any new sort of console or anything like that, you buy games just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So I ended up with a load of indie games which I've played once and then not played since. But you can get FIFA on it. You can get an Uncharted game. Where there's that prison escape thing or whatever it is.
Yeah. Prison Break or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just, yet again, very much like the Killzone 2 thing. Sony lied.
Did they lie?
They lied, yeah. The remote play thing, it just annoyed me because they made it out to be what they're now making it out to be with the PlayStation 4, where they're saying it will have remote play. You will be able to continue a game on the Vita that you were just playing on the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
But they said that about the PS3 when the Vita was launching, and there's no remote play whatsoever.
Oh, they had what was it, Lair?
Yeah.
Dragons Ahoy, as it were.
That was the worst game ever.
Oh, that was awful.
I couldn't get past the first bit just because of the controller. Like the
it had to be a 6 axis, wasn't it? And that was the most. What was that? What honestly was that?
It was just flying around in a circle on a dragon.
Yeah, with Vita, they've got Borderlands 2 coming to it, which we've all played. Death, I imagine, by now, and Fez, Joe Danger. It's just there's nothing really that excites me about it.
It's. I was hoping it'd be a bit more like the PSP and have a lot of RPG games on it.
Well, they got Dragon Crown coming. I know Fox have been excited about that.
What's that game that he really likes as well that he plays on Vita all the time?
Oh, is that like Montezuma's Temple or something like that? One of those weird, shitty puzzle games.
It's a free game that's not
free.
No,
the one that you level up like indefinitely.
Oh, Disgaea. Yeah, it was more of a PS2 game that's been dropped on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can play like the Final Fantasy games on there, and you can play the sort of remade HD versions of the early Final Fantasies on there.
Oh, okay. It's difficult if you've already played those games to go back and play them again sometimes.
Yeah. There's never going to be a situation in my life where I'm going to be far enough away from my PS3 for that to matter.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be that far away, but I'm thinking, fuck, I wish I had Final Fantasy 7 on my Vita right now.
Yeah, I'm going to commit. Because if you're playing like Final Fantasy 7, you're committing like 60 hours.
Yeah.
You're committing like 60 hours to do most of the stuff on it. And you're not going to do that on handheld, I don't think.
Well,
you're not going to do it all like on the train to work or whatever.
No.
The one thing that did make me laugh when the Vita came out was a lot of phone companies and like tablets were saying they didn't understand why Sony had done this. It didn't make any sense. People love playing mobile games now. No one wants a handheld console. And I was thinking, I do. I don't.
You stuck your hand up in the air and said, "Oi, I'm over here."
It's like when I was told I didn't want to play point-and-click adventure games anymore. I was thinking, yes, I do. Please continue to make them. No, we're not going to make those anymore. No one likes them. I do.
Oh god, yeah, it's such a weird situation when you got marketing deciding what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah, no,
I still think there is a market for the handheld device to play games on alone. I just don't think that at the minute people quite understand in this day and age what needs to be good in it. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker is a prime example of someone that's done it really well.
Yeah.
Short little missions, you just dip in, dip out. It doesn't matter too much, and you've got a great story to go along with it.
That's the thing you want. Because people that are going to be playing handhelds, because most games obviously are older now. If you're playing on handheld, it's going to be to and from work, commuting, or something like that. It's something that where you've got a limited time to play. You're not going to sit in your living room and play on a handheld device when you've got an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Wii.
Oh yeah.
If anyone's got a Wii U.
Yeah, I own up to that one mentally.
You're not going to play on your handheld device in your living room, so you're going to be doing it when you've got that brief moment to do it, and you're not going to be wanting to do things like play a Final Fantasy game where you're walking up the side of a mountain and what should be like maybe a 5-minute walk up through some scenery takes about half an hour because of all the constant random battles, so you can't do anything.
Oh Jesus,
so you don't actually make any progress in the game because you haven't got far enough to maybe get to a save point or whatever. You've just had like 15 random battles. Used up all your potions and thought, I don't think I'm going to bother saving it. I'm at work now.
Rightio then. Right, we'll go on to the last little bit. Because I'm going to have to make an apology now. Because I said, and I believe I can have people back me up on this, that there was nothing to talk about GTA anymore. That until that game was coming out, there was nothing to say about it.
Has something changed? Is there some new development on the GTA front that no one's... What would that be?
That might have been the fact that the GTA Online trailer came out and it was epic and we got to talk about it.
I've never looked forward to something so much in my entire life. Yeah. I think it looks so good.
I didn't expect it to be that good. I honestly didn't expect it to be as good as it is. It's basically just GTA Online, as it says. Yeah. So Ron Seal, what it says on the tin. What it says on the tin, it will do.
Well, they've taken the best elements, the best parts of Red Dead Redemption Online. Because we've all played it. I've played
wicked.
it with you guys separately a lot. And the only problem we've ever found was there wasn't enough to do. You've got this huge world and you're riding around it, but it doesn't need to be that big.
There wasn't. Well, I noticed that you never really ended up with more than about 5 or 6 people on a server either.
No, it was rare. Yeah. A couple of times we were in a full. But
it was either full or it was dead.
Yeah, it was one way or the other, and when you were on there, you'd have one guy like, "Hey, let's do a gang hideout thing," and everyone going, "No, we're doing so." "Oh, come on, guys, let's capture the flag together." "No, I don't." Because I've come on with my friends, we're in a posse and we don't really want... "Oh, come on!"
Come on, guys.
Someone started a land grab.
What did he hide the guy from Halo? Land grab.
Land grab. Press back to play. No, I'm not.
I'm just going to ride around on my donkey. And
Yeah, I'm going to shoot
pick some plants. I think.
We're going to shoot each other's horses. But whereas it looks like GTA Online is completely the other way, in the sense that you have got the full map to play with, and there is loads of stuff to do on it. Just so much stuff to do.
Like, money's relevant now, because I don't remember what I had to do with money in the previous one, but it was Red Dead, I should say, sorry. But it was kind of like, you got money and then you did nothing with it, really.
Yeah. You could bet it in poker, if you had the poker add-on.
But it never accumulated.
No.
It was never like, I got an X amount of money last time, I've got it back again, let's carry on. No, this time you get to like keep it and you get to spend it on stuff. Like all kinds of wacky shit, like cars, you can pimp them out, and different apartments and...
Oh, the garage, it looked like Bruce Wayne's. Yes. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh god, and of course you can waste it on the stock market, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
Apparently it's going to have this kind of persistent world where you could invest your stocks in like Creamy Man's ice creams. And then it's like someone's attacking Creamy Man's ice creams. It's like, no, my stocks are falling. What are you doing, you prick? Fuck off.
I just like the idea of like everyone will start off doing bank heists and doing all the cool stuff like that and deathmatch and stuff, and then eventually it's just like, I got 6 mates online, should we just play some golf today? Yeah, okay, we'll have a nice leisurely... We're sort of descending to people going off their nuts in golf carts. I can see that happening right now. I can see Fox blowing up golf carts when we're playing. But it was...
Wasted all his money on rocket launchers.
The intention will be...
This is why I'm here!
This is why you invited me, right? I can see the intention, though, of like, we're just going to play some golf. We'll be like James Cameron and do some deep sea diving.
As long as it's not going to be like GTA 4 and you're going to start ringing me up and saying, "Tim, do you want to go bowling?"
But that's it. You'll play the single player and you'll have like cool stuff from your friends. Or whatever the ringtone might be. You might be able to choose. I want like the GTA one from Vice City. You start like...
It'd be great if it was... That was number 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Class.
Oh god. But yeah, and you pick it up and it's just like, do you want to play a game? Do you want to go online? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
But like I said, the sensible thing they've done with it is they're delaying it 2 weeks, and it's like a small download. So you get 2 weeks of playing single player and no fucker bothering you, and then it starts.
Yeah.
And then everybody bothers you.
There's got to be an option to disable it as well. If you
of course.
Yeah. Like
Turn.
Yeah.
Like go in airplane mode on your phone. Just go, I don't want to be bothered today.
Fuck everyone.
Well, the worst is the games where, because it's only started happening recently, but you get those games where it just doesn't tell you that somebody could just randomly join your game.
Dead Island was like that. It was a really small option to turn it private or not, and then all of a sudden you'd be start up the game, you'd be level 1, you'd be like killing zombies with sticks or whatever, and some guy will pop in, and he'd be like level 50 odd. He'll be caving in zombies immediately. All the zombies level up to his level, and then he fucks off.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with a load of level 50 zombies.
Well, they don't scale back down?
No.
What the
not
hell?
until you go into a different area. And then you're stuck with a load of zombies that are like mega hard. They can't really do anything because the physics in the game prevents them from insta-killing you. Because you can hit them on the head, they'll fall down, but you won't actually do any damage. Yeah. It was awful.
That's mad. Zombies should go down when they've been hit in the head. I think the final thing we will mention very, very briefly is the Arkham Origins trailer. Because that came out and that was like... Because we were all a bit worried about how that was going to go with a new studio and whatever. That came out very, very good.
Yeah, looks awesome. More and more of the assassins are getting revealed and leaked. I think they had to reveal Copperhead, or else the game would have been released and everyone would have gone, the fuck is that?
Just to explain who Copperhead was.
Copperhead, she's sort of a snake.
This means she's probably going to get dispatched quite early in the game.
Yeah, you just deck her.
Copperhead, boom, 8 more to go.
Who else did they...
They showed Bane off, and he was like skinned down a bit.
Yeah, Bane looks weird.
Yeah.
Bane doesn't look like, because like in Arkham City, he's like fucking mountain.
Oh, he's mega.
You could spot that. I don't know how that building contained him, but he was like a mountain.
Yeah, he's monstrous. It's really easy to beat. You just
throw a batarang.
You just throw batarangs at him and then pull his wires out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As will soon be seen in the video, I think. At some point.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up soon.
At some point.
Talk play. Check out the channel.
Yeah. The Firefly they revealed.
Firefly looked
cool. Setting fire to things.
He looked like a villain at Killzone. One of them flying guys at a Killzone.
Yeah, he looked a bit odd.
Or a Beetleborg.
Or a Beetleborg. Since bringing back the Beetleborgs.
Oh man. Who else have they?
Well, they showed the Joker.
They showed the Joker.
Right, so Copperhead earlier. They showed Deathstroke.
Deadshot.
Deadshot.
Been in the trailer. I think I was looking. They noticed in the trailer that the penguin emblem.
Oh, is it?
Is up on one of the in the little gladiator thing that Deathstroke and Batman are fighting in.
Yeah.
You can see the penguin in there, and his little emblem as well. Apparently, it might just be speculation.
That'd be cool.
Because the Batcave is going to be a central location where you're going to be going to
like
from.
a hub, and then it's like other hub, like Deus Ex almost.
Yeah.
You got like little hub worlds, and you sort of bounce between them and do missions.
And in one of the promotional high resolution screenshots they've released, there's a picture, a newspaper clipping about the Red Hood being on the run, which is either going to be Joker or they've skipped through to Jason Todd, which will be. I don't think they'll do that, but I think it's going to be. It might even be the beginning of the Joker sort of thing. The first time Batman meets the Joker.
There's going to be a Joker origin as well as a Batman origin.
And then in the trailer, Alfred's giving Bruce Wayne a bollocking.
With his weird face. He's got I think they literally. It's that American thing again where he's British and therefore he has bad teeth.
Yeah, I can see that.
First thing I saw when it sort of had his face, because I actually watched a rewind theatre thing of it as well, and slow mo. It just looked weird. It's put me off buying the game, to be honest.
I know it did make me chuckle when he was like, "You're not a masked vigilante. You're nothing but a shit." I don't think he quite said that.
No, he probably didn't say
He
that.
might as well have said that. It was better.
I should write scripts for video
You've been a
games.
very naughty boy.
He's not the Batman. He's just a very naughty boy.
What if someone had said letter? Fuck you done, Alfred. I've been burning your mail fast away. No particular letters. I've been doing it to all your letters for 30 years. You haven't
To a
paid your...
Netflix account he's not paid in 10 years.
Blockbusters have been trying to get hold of you for months. I just keep burning the letters. For fuck's sake, Alfred.
That's going to be the new Arkham game. Alfred Origins.
Alfred
That would
Origins.
be brilliant.
Just parcel burning simulator. Oh, this appears to say urgent on it from Master Wayne.
It'd be like that bit on Wind Waker when you have to chuck the letters into the shelf. But you're actually just chucking letters into Bruce Wayne's fire. Alfred is getting cold. Don't worry about it, Master Wayne. I was about to stoke the fire as we speak. with your fucking orange mobile tariff thing.
No wonder he's got his millions.
Your Little Books catalogue and all of your NatWest bank statements.
Oh god, I think on that note we're going to leave the news section and then we'll move on to what we've been up to. So stick around for that. Alright, welcome back guys. We're going to be doing our what we've been up to section. Going to kick it off with a bit of the Flawless Cowboy. So tell us, what's been going on?
Been playing a lot of Crackdown.
We have been playing a lot of Crackdown.
That's been fun. I'm sure most people have probably played Crackdown or are aware of Crackdown, so we won't talk too much about it. Other than it's been a lot of fun.
One crazy ride after another.
Yeah, I bought a copy of Battlefield 3.
Yep.
Not very good at Battlefield 3.
No one is.
Mine keeps crashing.
Does it?
Yeah, you get to a bit where you've just caught someone, and you go into a mall, and you have to like protect the area because it's like a rendezvous point.
Okay.
And as soon as the bloke sees me, it crashes. Every time.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I want to get that far in the game.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Well, I can't finish it.
Have you played any of the multiplayer?
I'm not a multiplayer person.
I played a bit, and it's not like Halo where you can get shot a bit. You can turn around, sticky them, or if you've got a shotgun, you can take them out. Or if you're just a better shot, you can kill them. If they see you first, they will kill you first.
Yeah.
It's really a case of who sees who,
Yeah.
and it's just getting used to the spawning locations and the weapon locations and things like that. It's not a very skill game. It's like a memory game. And they've got cool stuff with the vehicles and the big maps with lots of players and stuff. But the vehicles are really rock, paper, scissory. Like a jet beats a tank. Helicopter beats a jet. It's all like stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Battlefield's thing's always been. It's been like the most technically superior multiplayer game of the lot. Like it would just drop buildings down for no good reason. You can take stuff out. Like the newest Battlefield 4 stuff they were showing off.
It looks really cool.
Very technically impressive, but I don't think it's something that's going to keep me coming back. It's not like Destiny where it looks like there's a lot of co-op stuff in it. I love co-op.
Yeah.
It's my favourite mode of anything ever.
Yeah.
You can have all the technical stuff in the world, but it's not going to complete with just fun. If it isn't fun to play, if it isn't really entertaining, it just seems frustrating. And people who play it get leery and frustrated, and I don't get it. I'm quite happy to. The reason I got it was because some other friends had it, and they were sort of talked me into it. And I didn't want to get Black Ops 2.
No. That's a bad road.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
That's a bad inroad.
But I like the idea of the big grand multiplayer battles because I've always liked big team battle on Halo and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just been a bit, meh.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that annoys me about shooters online is that the people that are going to be the best at it are the people that are school children. Because they have the most
you
time.
are the better you are at online shooters.
Yeah, well, like literally, they have the most time. The only commitment they have in their life is school. So they can get home from school at 3:30 and they can play COD or Battlefield or whatever for as long as they want, until tea time, basically. So they get the most practice, therefore they get the best at it, and they take it the most seriously as well. Because they're shits. No. So, but yeah, it's just so you go on there, and I'm not the kind of person that's going to be pleased with the fact that I've just been beaten the crap out of by a 12-year-old.
I remember playing the Ghostbusters game that came out for the 360.
Oh yeah, that was wicked, wasn't it?
I really loved it, and it had an online mode where you could play as one of the Ghostbusters, and you had to do a certain thing, and it was a competitive element, but you could revive each other and stuff, and it sort of said who was the best, who caught the most ghosts, and who did the most busting, who felt good from busting, because busting does make you feel good.
Yeah, it does.
And I was absolutely kicking ass. I was doing so well, and I was like, God, I am Peter Vateman. This is me. I was supposed to be a Ghostbuster, and then I started noticing that the gamer tags were like Matty 97, and it was like,
yeah. So all the worry when you see the year. Is that the year you were born?
Is that because that's the year I started school? Is that the year you started school? Is that memorable for? No, he's 11. I'm a man
He's
amongst
11.
I'm a man amongst children.
Yeah.
I'm superior. I have better hand coordination to an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And I stopped playing it online after that, especially when they're talking to you and sort of trying to advise you how to play a game that you're better at them. And also, I don't want to talk to kids on the internet.
No.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Get yourself on a register that way.
Yeah, no good comes from that.
Are you sure you were winning though? It wasn't like Crazy Golf, lowest points win. and you're there like, I'm kicking 7 hairs out of everyone. And
It was the opposite day online.
you're there like,
Most points losers.
No, I was very good at Ghostbusters.
yeah.
Oh, I started watching The Hobbit on Netflix and stopped halfway through.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I saw it at the cinema.
Oh right, okay,
And
that's all right then.
I just it feels like a commitment watching something
Yeah.
like that. I used to love watching through the Lord of the Rings films, but I don't think I could do it now.
I actually fell asleep during the second one.
The second one was poo.
Yeah.
I remember the second one having like I was in the cinema. You had to have like a lavatory break.
Yeah.
It's like right, we're at the great dramatic point in the second film. Anybody need to go? We all needed to go. Every last one of us needed to go because the film was that long. It was like watching a film and then another film directly after it.
It's too much. It's too much. I don't see why they don't split them up into more parts.
I don't see why Peter Jackson doesn't know a thing about editing. He doesn't know how to edit. It's just like, oh, and here's the extended cut, which is the film I would have made. It's 4 hours long of film. No one should have enough material to make 4 hours of film.
And also, it only come out 15 minutes before the theatrical version. Why do you have to have a special cut? Why has there got to be this? Why don't you just fucking do it?
It's like, why is there 8 or 9 different versions of Blade Runner?
Yeah.
0.2 seconds. No, but it really changes the tone of the film. I don't think it does. Just don't try and convince me that. You're just being a knob. But yeah, I haven't been doing an awful lot.
You've aged.
I aged slightly. I painted a Batman miniature.
There you go. He's painting a Batman miniature.
A Spanish company called Knights or something.
Knights Huevos.
Knights Huevos. I've started. There's an Arkham City game and miniatures because I like my Warhammer.
Oh, yeah.
Collected myself a Batman. Tried to find the free copy of the rules online, which there are. It was all released for free, but it's translated directly from Spanish, so it makes not a fucking jot of sense. So that's a work in progress. But I painted Batman.
He paints Batman. God, right, enough from you. We're going to chuck in Tim at the deep end now. Tim, kick it off. What's been happening?
I've probably been doing less than Damien, to be honest. What was I playing recently? Arkham City. Started playing through that again because I realised I'd never actually played the downloadable content.
Okay, that's a reason enough to go for it.
Yeah. So I tried playing just the downloadable content, and you start off with no health whatsoever because you haven't unlocked.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked the various unlocks and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I just finished that. I still haven't played the downloadable content, but that will be what I move on to play next.
It's not amazing.
Thanks.
Thanks, chum. He spent money on that.
Cheers.
But you should have asked me first, and I could have said,
I prefer it when downloadable content is like that rather than a map pack or a costume.
Yeah, that's what killed me with the Bioshock Infinite thing, because the first thing they brought out was the City in the Clouds, Lord multiplayer map.
Yeah. I mean, he said that the next one will be story based.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks really cool, like a 1950s noir style of crime thriller almost.
Yeah.
And it looks really wicked and cool.
That's related to the original games.
Yeah, it's set in the original Rapture environment, and it's kind of like...
Which means I won't be able to play it anyway.
Which means you won't be able to play it anyway. No, they're just setting it there, but they're setting it the day before it all kicks off. So it's like the world's like fine and everything like that. It's all the Rapture Society still in place. It's not the dystopia you come to like a couple of years after.
I haven't played any of them.
I do recommend Bioshock 1, not so much 2, but definitely 1. It definitely was very good. But there we go. But it's set in that period, and you're like trying to unravel a mystery of some sort, and it looks a bit interesting, a bit different. I'm excited for it, really.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I did enjoy Infinite. Obviously, I haven't played 1 or 2 because of the whole underwater thing. Yeah, I played Bioshock Infinite on the hard, in quotations.
Yeah, the 1999 mode.
That wasn't too hard.
Yeah, I find any mode that I can beat on that mode is too easy.
Yeah. So yeah, that was another game. Other than that, I actually haven't been playing a lot of games recently, which is weird. It took me.
We've been doing a lot of band stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, band stuff.
I forgot to mention that we've been playing.
Yeah, of course.
We don't normally talk about that in the podcast.
Yeah, not normally. It's mostly TV shows and films and all that kinds of lovely crap. Well, that kind of stuff. Speaking of films, has anybody other than me seen The World's End?
Not yet.
No, not
You
yet.
don't have a chance to now because they've stopped showing it.
I know that was the reason I went to go on my aforementioned birthday.
Yeah.
Couldn't find times for it.
There's nothing. It's all extinguished now. It's been out a month.
Yeah, we clicked on it to have a look at the times, and just a big middle finger pop-up came up, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
It's weird.
Cheers, View.
Because, I mean, it hasn't. Yeah, it's had like okay reviews, and
No, it's had some really great reviews actually. Really great reviews.
Some films have been like. I'm pretty sure you can still go and see Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
At the cinema. So it's weird that they.
I just want to saw that in like a cinema showing in Birmingham.
It's
It
weird.
was like Iron Man 3.
It's really weird.
It's just, I just don't get it. I figured it'd be one of the big things itself because it's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It's very British, and it's it's very good.
Yeah.
I think the people who have gripes with it and complaints didn't get it. I think what they didn't like was the fact that Simon Pegg went into the role of Nick Frost does in Shaun of the Dead.
He wasn't a straight man.
He wasn't a straight man.
Yeah.
Nick Frost was this time, and Simon Pegg was the kind of goofy dumbass who's.
I actually that was one of the things that looked really cool to me. That they've done something. They've turned the whole dynamic of it on its head.
Switcheroo.
Yeah. Because I mean, like in space, like you couldn't really say that anyone was a straight man in space, but
Space was wicked because of that though.
But definitely in especially in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
It was kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
And in Shaun of the Dead, well, same again. It was a sort of chilling out. Shaun needed to chill the fuck out.
Well, I think it's always going to be the same with stuff like that because like the third film comes out and everyone's got a certain level of expectation for it, and then they're disappointed because it's not what they expected, and so like they hype it up in their own minds.
Yeah.
And like so there'll be loads of people out there saying, yeah, it's all right, but it's not as good as the first one, or it's not as good as the second one. But like
we were playing the combat challenges on Arkham City earlier on, weren't we? And the stress we were putting ourselves under to try and get the points, and then that moment when it works and you've got the 3 question marks before you've got to the fourth the fourth round, and the pressure's off. Beautiful. Completely worth it, completely worth the stress.
Can't buy that feeling.
Nope.
I think I stopped breathing.
Died temporarily.
Not when I achieved, like literally all the way through it. I was just like, I was so tense.
It was full on.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know why we put ourselves under such pressure.
And that sort of thing is where you get hit, and you've literally ruined your chance, or you lose your combo, and you ruin the chance of getting the extra 10,000 points at the end. and like tears are coming out.
And like it's not supposed to matter, but it does matter.
Even if you've still achieved, you just a solemn tear just rolls down your face. Your facial expression doesn't change, but just a tear comes out.
Just frozen in time.
You're keeping your front, but you're only just keeping your shit together.
Yeah. It's just that sense of failure. Like, and that thing we were talking about as well.
I failed as a man.
You get
I
punched.
failed as a Batman.
Right, you don't notice the counter thing in time, and you get punched. And the first thing you do is beat the crap out of that guy that just punched you. He's not even real.
You go for vengeance.
Yeah, he's just a computer animated program.
I've just done what I was programmed to do.
Not good enough.
They actually did start saying things like, "I'm just doing my job."
I'm just doing my job, Tim. Did you say my name? What's my name? That's move swiftly on to myself. There's only really 2 things I want to talk. Only 2 things I want to talk about. These are 2 things that are indicative of where I am in my life at the minute. Basically because of the fact I just can't enjoy junk games anymore, as in terms of you when you're a kid you don't mind what games you play. You could be playing SpongeBob SquarePants, Search for the Gold or whatever.
I play the Rugrat games all day long.
Not all day long. I completed that in half an hour.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there you go then. Tim beat that.
I wasn't
Day is still trying.
I'm still trying.
Cowboy's still going.
I haven't got to play as Reptile yet. I'm really devastated.
I've got to look for the art and stuff now, which is why I've got to that point. Single man, I'm got quite pretentious. So I've got to always look for the art in something, and if something doesn't have any art in it, it's kind of like, it's alright. Rather than if someone has the tiniest bit of art in it, tiniest bit of artistic merit, it's like, this is amazing! I want to tell everybody I know about this. But I suppose the first thing I want to talk about is Cowboy Bebop, which I bought on Blu-ray because I was checking it out in HMV. I was just looking through the anime section, and there was Cowboy Bebop, the first 13 episodes. I was looking for it on DVD for months because they never really release it on DVD out over here. I watched the first 13 episodes of that, and it's great. It's just got the characters are really well realised. The world makes sense, and it's just beautiful. It's not something I could have appreciated when Fox saw it at his age because he saw it when he was like 13, and I would never have appreciated it like that.
I was surprised at how it's violent as fuck.
Oh yeah,
at times it's really cool. I like that. I that's where I look for my artistic.
That's it.
There's loads of tits and it's really violent. I love it.
But Spike is such a cool cat. I mean, he's not cool like the 90s version of cool. It's like everybody who's popular is cool. Oh, look, he's got an amazing car. He's so cool. Oh, look, he plays guitar. He's so cool. Being cool is not about what you have or what you do. That's just being popular. If you want to be popular, fuck off. That's not being cool. Cool is a state of emotion. It's like a relaxed confidence. It's something you can... 5% of people in the world will be cool. None of us here are cool.
No.
What?
No one listening to this will be cool.
Nah.
No, it's true.
I think you guys are pretty cool.
No, we're someone else. We're not cool. Cool is like, you actually don't care. Fonzie's not cool. No. Fonzie is Will Smith in his early years, being white. Will Smith is not cool. Morgan Freeman's cool. Will Smith's not cool. That is the difference. Will Smith tries so hard to be cool.
Is Bruce Willis cool?
No, not anymore.
Did he used to be cool?
No. Even his movies, Will Smith, Bruce Willis was old-fashioned.
Bruce Willis will listen to this and go,
he's crying.
With one solemn tear.
I'll give these guys a go, and if they're any good, I'll promote this podcast post haste.
We did call him to be on, but we couldn't find him.
What a cock.
Yeah, Spike's just cool because he's got that calm confidence about him. He's just composed. He just, like, even his fighting style, he does Jeet Kune Do, which of course the star Bruce Lee came with, and they capture that so well when he's fighting. He's just relaxed and cool, and it just moves so well. But that's the idea of cool. It's supposed to be just an emotional state, almost zen-like, and he's just composed. And all the characters are really well rounded, and they have natural ends. Like half the character stories have ended before the last 2 episodes. Yeah, but they've all gone off and done their own things, and that's really, really cool. They've kind of got all resolution, and Spike's the one character who never gets any resolution, and he's got the most tragic story of anybody in there.
Well, that's the tragic hero, the classic.
Yeah, it plays that classic analogy. And those. And the other thing I want to briefly discuss is Gone Home, which is a title I've been playing on the Mac. And it's just basically, it's a lot like if Bioshock exists and there's no combat in it. Essentially, you just get a big house. You're the daughter of a family who's gone away, travelling for a year and a half around Europe. You've come back to this house, their new house, and you go inside it and you explore around and you discover what your family's been up to while you've been gone. And there's a really touching come-of-age story with her sister. She tries to come to terms with being in a new high school, being the new kid. Sexuality and all these kinds of things creep in. And there's stuff about the father being a struggling author and the mom trying to just deal with all these problems that's coming away.
So
it's a lot more boring me saying it than actually doing it. You get sucked in.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning it to me the other night, maybe last night. And it's one of those things that, like you said, in Hollywood it would just be like one big cliche.
Yeah.
But in gaming, it's really unusual.
Yeah.
It's really strange to not play a game where you don't shoot someone in the face.
Yeah, it's a risk. Like, even the Bioshock people said the reason why Infinite is a shooter is because otherwise they don't think they would have been able to sell the game.
Right.
So it's story,
I'm really looking forward to playing this.
It's story driven more than anything, but they made it a shooter because they wanted to sell a video game as well.
I'm really looking forward to playing it now.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm excited to see what you make of it. Sorry, we've loaned him a copy of Infinite because we wanted to play it because it's a wicked game. It's got wicked shooting in it. It's got some really great little story modes.
I wanted to play it like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago when they released the trailer for it, and there was a guy, pulling the shotgun out of people's hands and shooting them and doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the bar. And there was a woman with massive tits.
That's just basically that's what sells you a video game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tits.
We know how to market to the cowboy.
Yes. The classic thing always used to be a film is only ever good if there are tits and shooting in it. It's like gunshot wounds, not actual just shooting. Gunshot wounds and tits. Sometimes in the same scene, but not necessarily. That has moved on to games for me. That's sort of...
You must have loved Dread when that came out. I watched Dread recently. I was wicked.
Dread's awesome.
So much better than that Stallone crap.
Yeah, all day long.
With Rob Schneider. No, I watched the Dread film, and even though I know it's like the main point and the drug itself is called slow-mo, I think they could have maybe calmed down on the slow-mo in that film. Like every scene there's some element of slow motion used, and I think
you see the wicked scene in the bath, and she's gone whoom, and it's like
really artsy with all the water. It looks really nice. I imagine in Blu-ray,
it looks wicked,
phenomenal.
It looks wicked.
I got that film on Blu-ray, and I put it on for my dad to watch, thinking he'll love this film. It's quite graphic. And I think he has a habit of basically, if the film's no good in the first 15 minutes, then he's already angry.
Then he goes to rage.
The amount of times that he has, I've put a film on and he'll fall asleep, and then the credits start rolling, and that's the moment that he wakes up and he'll turn to me and say, "That was shit." I'm like,
did he get through Die Hard? Because there's no shooting that for 18 minutes. I've timed it. There's not one bullet fired for the first 18 minutes. It's just Bruce Willis go into the fucking Nakatomi Plaza.
Not enough tits in
fact, what does he do? He picks up like a yogurt or something and just goes, "California." That's like the first 5 minutes.
He's waving around his gun to the bloke on the plane. "California." Take off your shoes, Bruce Willis. Rub them in the carpet. "California." Am I cool yet? I don't know why he's that really old man voice.
Has he got a sore throat as well?
What's up, youngins? You like my shaved head? Oh, God.
You pick.
What? Are we wrapped on this now?
Running sideways.
We have nothing else to add, do we, about what we've been up to?
I don't think so.
Rightio then.
It's been a slow month.
It's been a slow month. I think we're just waiting for GTA to come out so we have something to talk about properly.
Well, I'm surprised. I didn't even know until I saw the adverts and found out. But Saints Row 4 just seemed to have popped out without telling anyone.
Saints Row popped out. Splinter Cell popped out.
Splinter Cell looks really cool.
Yeah.
It just popped out though.
Yeah.
There's no marketing campaign behind it. It's just there on the shelf.
I think it's a weird one because it's for. I think the reason they've done that is because if you're a Splinter Cell fan, you're going to get it. If you're not, you'll never get a Splinter Cell.
I thought that was the idea of the new one. It was supposed to. You got 3 ways to play it, and you can do it however you want.
They said that about Deus Ex Human Revolution, didn't they? Oh, there's 3 ways to play it. No, there's 1 way to play it because otherwise you just get killed. You twat.
Yeah, fucking mega hard. If you're trying to be gung ho, it is the fucking hardest game in the world.
Yeah. And you get to the boss fights, and you can only be gung-ho.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about? Apparently, the redesign of it all for the Wii U. Hopefully, I can get that copy for us so we can have a go at it. Because I'm the only person I know with a Wii U.
The only person in England.
I hold the title. Man with Wii U.
If you go online at all the online rankings, you're always first. Always.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm shit up.
You're
just the only person that's played it.
It's the tragic tale. It's the tragic tale. Oh, God. Right. We'll wrap it up on there then. We'll come back with our game pitch. Alright, so stick around for that. Right, guys, it's time for you to suck on my game pitch. Sorry, we just had a conversation about where I should have it introduced, and apparently, suck on my game pitch, yo. Takes the biscuit. So that's how it's going to be. This is the part of our podcast where we have one of the team members discuss a game idea that they come up with, pitch to the rest of the team, and then we'll give some feedback and all sorts like that. And this time around, it's me, which is really awkward for everybody because I normally only give about a week's notice. So, Fox, if you're listening, you're going to be the next one. You've got about a month now. I know you won't listen to this. Maybe. No, we will listen to the podcast.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. I'm certainly...
I skim.
Cowboy skims, but that's okay. I appreciate that. Listen to the bit season.
Yeah, I listen to my voice. I tune the rest of you out.
I sound glorious today. Right, my game pitch. It's based on the idea that, RPGs, you're normally the hero, you go through the game, you battle these bosses and whatever, you get to the end boss and clobber his fucking head in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this as kind of like a little mobile title, perhaps. But the idea is that you are the end boss. And you sort of overlord all these little mini bosses. And you'll have options to pick what kind of boss you'll be, whether you'll be elementally based or physically based or whatever. You sort of like pick your stats and your abilities, and your minions will inherit those abilities. And the idea is not necessarily to beat the heroes initially, but to at least slow them down.
Okay.
So like they'll come up to your first boss, your first minion boss, and these would be like the stand fair characters. There'll be like a warrior character, a mage character, and a healing character.
Yeah, your standard.
Standard fare. And the idea is they'll probably get through that one fairly easily. They'll be predetermined to fight back, much in the same way like a boss will be predetermined to fight you. Except of course they've got more abilities. The idea is you plough your stats or points or money or whatever it is you're going to gain from trying to slow these characters down, and this may be determined by how long you stop the heroes getting onto the next bit, how much damage you do to them, do you take any of them out, how much MP they use up, stuff like that.
How many items there to use to beat you.
Yeah, all that kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And so you get a score at the end of it and maybe a grading, whatever, and then you get like XP points or whatever, and you can decide to plough them into your minions to make them more powerful, because they'll naturally be more powerful on like a sliding scale upwards. So your lowest one will be weak as hell and your strongest one will be strong, and then there's you at the end of it, of course. So you can choose to plough your points into their stats or into your own as well, or mix it up or whatever.
Okay.
So they'll keep going on through these heroes, they keep trying to whittle down your guys and whatever, and then they may or may not eventually get to you, depends. I don't know quite. In my head, the idea is they get to you eventually, because that's just how a game...
But how much you've weakened them...
How much you're able to weaken them and whatever, because they'll just get naturally stronger as well to fight off whatever they're facing.
So is it not necessarily slowing the time it takes, it's slowing the progress they make as characters?
Yeah, and you get, like I say, you get these points to make yourself stronger, and then they come up against you, and then you get to fight them.
Right.
And as an end boss, it's your then job to just finish off that party or whatever.
Okay, yeah, so you might set it up that you're only really weak to magic, but they've had to use most of their magic in order to get to you, so they can't really hurt you physically.
They'll have a set of healing items and whatever, and they blah blah blah.
Your job to make them spend their health.
Or maybe force them down a path where you end up making yourself stronger too. So you decide your minions are going to be weaker to fire elements, but you strengthen yourself to that. They might then decide, we'll strengthen our mage character class, and when he comes up to you, he's not much fucking tack at it.
So it's a tactical RPG?
Yeah, it'd be tactical. It's probably more like tactical, strategical. It's like very straightforward. It's just sort of getting from one end to the other. It's kind of like, I guess a Plants vs Zombie type of deal.
Right, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more thought behind what you're trying to do. Long-term planning, rather than, there's going to be...
Yeah, rather than thinking, I'm going to plan all my skills into my next guy up and he'll stop him. Oh no, he didn't stop him. Okay, whatever's left from trying to stop him there, I'll stop him here. And then you sort of run out of XP for stuff for you to level up.
I understand.
So then they'll take you out easy.
Yeah, that sounds... Yeah.
I'd love to, if you could name your minions, that would be brilliant.
Well, of course, I think that'd be a good thing to have.
Like, you could have, Knobgoblin.
Gobshite. Fuckface.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Like, obviously, I don't know. Well, you could set it up so it was like an internet thing, and then you've got, instead of you versus AI, you'd have you versus them. But then obviously they'd be playing just a bog standard RPG game, but you'd be playing the opposite of that.
Kind of like Dota, I suppose, or anything that's like one versus.
But if it wasn't if the game wasn't that long, then it wouldn't be too bad to like then swap sides, and so one plays it one way, then you play it the other way, like Left 4 Dead 2, where you play the level one of you plays as the heroes trying to make it through, the other team plays as the monsters, and then you swap sides and it's whoever completed the level fastest or completed the level at all. I like the idea of that. I'd play that.
Like I say, I see it as an idea like we were saying earlier, the idea of the mobile phone game. It's got to be short and sweet, and you can pick it up again and again and again. And the idea of having a very definitive, you've got to stop these guys and whatever, and you might have a fast forward button. I mean, you'd fight the as the end boss yourself. That'd be all you. You'd be able to pick your abilities and stuff like that. But the battles, you
be like SmackDown 2. Oh, Crash Hollywood. You saw that coming. He's fighting the Undertaker.
There's some really mad things like that, isn't there?
Well, I suppose if it was like literally like that Plague game that you showed me.
Yeah, Plague Inc. That was a wicked game, mobile game.
And,
really good. I can't promote that enough.
Yeah, because it doesn't take long at all.
No, you can have a game of that in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Destroy the world.
And you can put it on fast forward as well, so obviously it goes a little bit quicker, but that makes it more difficult to like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely play that. I definitely pay whatever it was. Like,
I'll be only about £3.
I'll pay £3 for that all day long.
Yeah.
This is being made, by the way. We're throwing numbers about. It's all fictional.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It might happen.
No, yeah.
I thought it was like an interesting kind of twist.
Yeah, it turns the whole RPG thing on its head, and it's always cool to be a bad guy.
Oh yeah, apart from Overlord, that was a bit shitty.
I didn't mind the first one. It was
Overlord came to mind when you were talking about it, but I thought I'm not going to mention that because I don't want to insult you.
I think I might have been hurt by that.
Overlord's okay.
It had a funny. Well, it had like a sense of humour.
It had a charm to it, but that was its saving grace, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not talk about
awkward pause on that one.
Yeah, a moment of dark reflection.
Oh god, right. Bobby used this small section to answer a couple of things and stuff. Abe's Odyssey, new and tasty, was brought up when I asked if anybody had any questions or any queries or anything we wanted to answer on the podcast. What we can say about it is it'll be coming before the end of the year, which is great if anybody wants that.
Yeah, everyone loves Abe.
PS4 version before the end of the financial year, which means any time between now and April.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll probably go for PS4 version just because it's a chance to get something new on that.
I'm surprised because they did Stranger's Wrath and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And was that after? Did they do Much's Odyssey after?
Stranger's Wrath was after. It was the
it was like that.
It was the last one they did,
and that was really cool. And it always seemed like they were going to do more, and nothing happened.
Oh, did you get the manual to Abe's Odyssey? They read in the back. They had about 9 games they were going to do. It's like, this is the start of something big. Check it out. Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, Munch's Odyssey, Munch's Exodus. I was like, what? What?
I struggled with Abe's Odyssey. It was fucking solid.
It was nails, wasn't it?
Well, they were like, I didn't even realise until not that long ago that there were multiple endings to that game. Like, obviously, if you like save everyone,
it's all very
then
nice.
I was torturous to them. I killed half them on purpose.
Yeah.
we played a couple of it because I got it free with PSP.
Yeah.
Talking about getting classic games.
Yeah.
And it was me and 2 of the other bandmates, Pete and Oz, and we were sat trying to play it. And even at the first bit, we were racking our brains. It wasn't the fact that we weren't skilled enough to play it, because it's not like a skilled.
Yeah.
It was just working out the timings of doing stuff. It was so difficult.
It's kind of like, I don't know whether Portal took any sort of inspiration from it, because there's that sort of puzzle element to it where you have to like
think outside the box. Yeah.
What is the, and then it's like process of elimination as well. You're there like, okay, that didn't work.
I'm dead. I'm seriously dead.
I think the idea with Portal was always breaking you in, and you didn't know you were learning and by the time you got to like chamber 15, you didn't know how fast you got in there. It's like Jesus, I'm at 15 already. And 2, you didn't if you start the game on chamber 15, you'd have no idea how to do it.
No.
But because you built into it slowly, it's just like, I got this. Stand aside, everybody.
It's one of the best games I've ever played without bullet wounds and tits.
Taking out the 2 major factors.
Yeah, it still worked totally fine.
But yeah, like I say, the thing that freaked me most about that game was the scrabs.
Yeah.
Paramites I didn't mind so much, even though they were basically just hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just creepy hands. But scrabs, they were fucking dicks.
Well,
Proper fucking dicks.
Yeah.
get them.
They were like the...
That was slugs.
Yeah, the
No,
slugs.
sligs.
Slugs, yeah. But yeah, they were horrible. They jump up and down on you. They proper that. It did make a real puddingy noise.
Oh.
And they were, okay,
It's not the first time you've used that word. I don't even think it is a word.
it's going to catch on. No, it'll catch on, puddingy. But yeah, they were hateful bastards. hateful bastards.
Oh god. So there's that, and Bayonetta 2, Wii U only. But asked why that is. I think it's quite obvious. A game like Bayonetta wouldn't get made unless they went into a partnership with somebody.
I didn't play Bayonetta 1.
Exactly
I literally had no interest in that game. It looked super artsy, and
I think it was a bit like Devil May Cry-ish.
It was very Devil May Cry-ish.
Devil May Cry-ish. I don't know what the new one's like.
I love the new one.
Is it alright?
Yeah, it was alright. It really resonated with me.
the new Devil May Cry those.
Yeah.
A lot of people got pissed off because Dante
there's like a
looked
wig.
different.
There's a wig that sort of in the wind blows on his head, and
He
it's
gets
like
white hair by the end of the game. It's just the nicest moment in that game was the 2 best boss fights. Number 1 was like a 4th wall breaking type of boss fight where you fight a guy called Bob Barbas, or whatever his name was.
Right.
Bob Barbas. He's like a news reporter, but he's also a demon. So he's like constantly spitting propaganda against like Dante.
Oh, that's cool.
So you eventually go fight him, and you're fighting basically in this kind of like pseudo studio type realm. It's basically like a basic arena thing, and you're hitting like these fictional buttons or whatever, and sort of go to punch him in his face, and you sort of like jump into his eye, and then it's like a news report, and you're fighting in this news report.
Oh, right, okay.
It's like a really, and you see it from like a helicopter camera angle, and you're going around beating stuff up, still fighting. It's like the bit in Metal Gear 2, where it's like fishing mailed, and you're like in the top left.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's kind of like that 4th wall breaking thing, and it's reporting on you, filling in the backstory of Dante.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I think that was a really cool way to sort of tell that.
That's a bit interesting.
And the second one was the end fight with Virgil. A little spoiler there. You two fall out naturally because you do.
That happens. That's a thing.
That's the thing. But it's you fighting that. And it's like the fights in Devil May Cry 3 you have with it. It is exactly like that, and it just feels wicked to do this. Like face up, it's always wicked to face up against somebody you are equally matched with, equally skilled.
Yeah.
And you've got the abilities that are kin to each other, and that's just a wicked game because of that.
Cool. I'd like to play it. I sort of went off Devil May Cry a little bit. I didn't like the 4th one. Everyone loved it, but I didn't. I couldn't get.
No.
Oh yeah,
when you play as like a
big blue fucking fist. The guy looked exactly the same as Dante.
Yeah.
Nero.
I think I had that game on PlayStation 3, but I don't have it anymore.
I don't blame you.
I lent it off my my brother-in-law, and he loves stuff like that. But he really liked G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra.
Oh, I didn't.
And
I'll tell you what, that game burnt me because there's like a half-hour install time when you first put it in.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember I started it off, went downstairs, made a cup of tea, sat down, watched an episode of a TV show, came back up, it was at 79%.
Yeah.
motherfucker.
It was like, what the actual fuck?
It's like the Metal Gear Solid 4 data install thing.
Oh, that was wicked though.
It's just
Snakes there, smoking
chain
away.
smoking, and then it actually came up on the screen. Smoking's bad. Don't smoke. Like, I've just been watching Solid Snake chain smoke for like an hour, and now you're telling me
it's always been like it in games though. It's like you can have cigarettes, and they're really cool. Like I know you've got like night vision, the infrared things, but that lets you see the lasers just as well. But the smoking lets you see the lasers a little bit, and it looks really cool, but it's quite bad for you.
Well, it's like Patrick Swayze, wasn't it? He knew that he had lung cancer, and he was like, I don't care. I knew that was going to be a consequence of me smoking. I'm not going to stop smoking. I'm all right. And that was what he did.
But then he died.
Yeah, but
What's the lesson there? You keep smoking, you will die.
yeah, but he was happy with that. It was good.
I don't know if that's right.
I don't know.
Oh, well, there we go then. There's that whole smoking thing.
Yeah, we've done that.
Gone off on a tangent.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing about Talk Play. Always going off on tangents. Right, I think we've covered everything that's possibly need to cover. Right, stick around. We're going to be getting into our final section about our gaming gripes, so stick with us. Alright friends, welcome back. Well, as we've been a bunch of miserable bastards today, we need to be miserable bastards even further by talking about our own gaming gripes.
Let's whinge.
Let's whinge. Come on, Tim, you're going to lead us in with a good one.
I said earlier on about the water thing. For some strange reason, ever since I can remember, I have been absolutely terrified of going underwater in computer games, but not in real life.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So basically, in real life, I've been scuba diving, I've been snorkeling, like swimming, it's fine, like I'm a strong swimmer. But in computer games, I will literally break out in a sweat and run away if I have to go underwater in a computer game.
What?
Yeah.
You've got me to do it and stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had to get other people to do it. There's some games that I've
Is that
never...
why you can't play Bioshock?
Yeah, I can't.
I know it's underwater, but it's all encased underwater.
Yeah, it's questionable. I mean, with those games, obviously, it's the... Like, I think it's even the implied... Like, that glass could smash. And I would be under the sea.
But have you played Uncharted 3?
Yeah.
With the boat bit, and there's the big wave thing.
This is the thing, I don't know whether it's calmed down, because I've played The Last of Us, and there's some underwater bits to that. I did feel slightly tense during those bits.
Yeah.
But whether that was because the game makes you feel that way anyway. But yeah, it's not as bad as well. Like certain things, I'd never cacked myself playing Echo the Dolphin.
Fucking hell, I did. Fucking awful. Awful shit. Some people said they enjoyed it, like, look at it going, what the fuck do you mean by that?
I remember Sega doing, in the Sonic comic, they did an Echo the Dolphin comic.
I'd have killed it.
It was awful. It was just a
What
dolphin.
would that even be about?
Dolphin thinking to herself constantly.
It was all constantly thinking
That would be like that.
about doing stuff.
It would be like that.
And then it went and touched a glowing orb with its nose that it had to push to the surface, and it was like, it's going to do me in soon. And then it won. That was it. That's literally, I'm not making it up, that is it. It was awful.
The
What was it,
standalone.
one episode, one book long?
Yeah, it was just one, it was about, I don't know, 8 pages, 9 pages in the middle of a Sonic comic.
Yeah, so going underwater in computer games, I think it's worse in first-person games, to be honest. Like,
It certainly aggravates me, but I've never been scared to do it.
it's terrifying.
What about in Marvel Ultimate Alliance? There's
That's sort of, like, I never had a problem going underwater in things like World of Warcraft, because that's, like, pixelated anyway, but, if it's, like, third person or something like that, it's not too bad. But in a first-person game...
So I was going to say, in Ultimate Alliance, there's that whole level that's in Atlantis, but you're underwater, and you can sort of swim up and down, but you can walk along the floor as per normal.
Yeah.
But there's bubbles and seaweed.
I mean,
so
the thing that made this a gripe for me is obviously because I can't complete some games. Because this generation, because graphics came along, and water was always the most difficult thing to do for games, like, they went mental with it. They just put water levels in every game that was out. So
I think a lot of water stuff is unnecessary in games.
yeah,
I think there's a lot of times...
It's a graphical, like, show-off, basically. Like, they look at what our water looks like.
Do you remember did you ever play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for the NES?
Yeah.
You jumped off the skyscraper and you had to do that underwater bit and
Yeah,
defuse
yeah.
the bombs. You had a time limit and stuff. That was so hard and unnecessary.
Yeah. It's...
I don't know, have you played Battletoads? That's a game that was nailed.
That game's...
There's that biting bit, it's like, that's unnecessarily hard. That's my gripe. Unnecessarily hard bits in games. What the fuck was that about? Fucking hell.
Well, I just love the fact that there's, like, I think it's a big game shop in America, maybe GameStop or something like that. They get phone calls daily asking if they sell Battletoads, and it's one big prank that I think started on the internet, but they literally every day get a phone call saying, do you sell Battletoads? And they're like, no, we do not sell Battletoads. For the love of God, leave us alone.
I want to chase the toad high. Just tell me when you're selling the Battletoads.
Oh, I love that. Things like
I didn't know that. I like that we live in the world where that happens. I don't need
on
to
a
see
daily
it.
basis, do you sell Battletoads? If like, let's say every morning you woke up and that was the first question you were asked, you'd probably die. Like, you'd probably just
a
give
little
up.
bit of you would die out like the first 2 weeks.
You'd just give up. You'd be like, right, screw it. I'm just going to sleep now.
Your first week, you're like, no, we don't do Battletoads, and you look over at all the people that work in there, like, did they fucking ask about Battletoads? yeah, these crazy guys. Yeah, it's not.
They have to do those phone calls on a shift pattern. It's your week to take the battle phone.
No, Battletoad hotline.
That'd be amazing.
It's actually like, it's probably the guys that created Battletoads, and they're just like trying to see which shops are still selling it. It's a genuine question, but what happens is they forget who they've rang.
Because it's so old.
Yeah, so they, like, every day they look at the list and they're like, did we ring them yesterday? And
So for 20 years they'd be going around, do you still sell Battletoads? Would you like to sell Battletoads?
They never get to that part though. Then the next question is, would you like to? But they've already been hung up on.
Because they've done it too often. No, we don't want tossing Battletoads.
Right, so underwater, of course. I mean, like I say, the thing with me is it's just unnecessarily hard to do in games. It always has been. Underwater in Sonic was hard. The water temple in Ocarina of Time was hard.
Oh yeah, it was.
Mario was just difficult. It's just a very hard thing to do. It's never really done well. I mean, that Hydrophobia came out recently as a recent example, and that wasn't very good at all either.
I knew that was a game that I wasn't going to play.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, because obviously the current PlayStation network is a bit slow, and my internet where I used to live was a bit, like, untrustworthy. If I wanted to download a game off the PlayStation network, I'd have to, like, dedicate a day to it.
Yeah.
And I downloaded...
You still do, to be fair.
Yeah, like I downloaded one of the newer Tomb Raider games, but not the newest one. And it spent the whole day downloading. Finally did it, installed it, started the game up. The first thing you do is jump off a boat into the sea. And then swim down.
Underwater. Yeah,
and I was
and
like...
then fighting octopus.
I was just like...
What?
Yeah, it was mad.
It's a fire octopus.
Yeah.
I literally, I had to, like, basically I was like, well, I've just wasted a day. I'm not playing that game. And that was it. Like, I haven't played that game.
Walked away.
Yeah. Complete waste of a day and money. And something similar happened, Far Cry 3. There you go. That was full price. Got it on release, but I got it on the PC. Started it. You do your opening bit, there's a bit of stealth, bit of like running away, and then you get your tutorial bit, and you meet like some characters, and you do some stuff, and then you jump into the water to get like a blue flower, and I'm like, oh for crying, like, I've just wasted 40 quid. All I have to do is get that blue flower, and I can't do it.
I'll tell you what though, that does bring me into a very good point for the next one, because you mentioned 2 games there that have been cardinal sins to this. Game studios do big up stories in games. Because Tomb Raider, it was a big, it's going to be an origin story of Lara, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be great, and all this and that. Anyway. And it was just a story of a woman who kept falling down.
Yeah.
And the second she kills somebody, like the first time she does it, it's like about an hour or 2 into the game. And she's like... But after that, it's just shooty, bang, bang, all the way through.
She's just a manic serial killer after that. She's like, I fucking loved that, and she's just running around murdering everyone.
She was chasing the mighty bullets. But it was just... Nothing after that. I didn't feel like her character was advancing or anything like that. It didn't feel like you look at The Last of Us, which is a prime example of great storytelling. You get to the great trick with that is they had a tragic bit at the start and he advanced the game on 20 years.
Yeah.
The timeline went 20 years in the past, so he's dealt with that tragedy that happened to him, and now he's just this completely different person. Yeah. I mean, you tell he's got problems at the start, but you get to this point and he's got a whole new set of problems and become this whole different person.
I think it's very tricky telling stories in games. They should either go the whole hog nowadays, because there's so much room for voice acting and character capturing and stuff.
I prefer that though. I mean, they went the opposite way for a while, and they started like just having empty like shells as main characters, and the idea was
the Gordon Freeman archetype,
sort of immerse you fully and make you feel like you were that character. So they'd even put like with Dead Space, they put a mask on him, so he didn't even have a face.
Well, it was the classic Halo, the first Halo thing. That was the point, wasn't it?
Whereas obviously they now they realised, maybe people want more sort of depth to characters and story driven. And
well, there's no reason why there shouldn't be. But if you're not going to bother, don't do it at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a case of storytelling's bad in games. No, storytelling's getting very, very good. It's when you big it up, when it's trying to make it more than it is.
And it turns out to be quite lacklustre.
In terms of, like Spec Ops: The Line, fantastic story in that, and it was fantastic because it did stuff that you didn't expect it should do as a game. It was still gritty bang bang all the way through, but it started to walk with your mind and start. There's a bit where you're trying to get to rejoin your other teammates, and there was this tragedy that occurred earlier on in the game, and it's fucked up your mind. It was like a big phosphorus attack. Okay. You see phosphorus used earlier, and it's just like, oh, this is fucked up. What kind of people use this? And then you use it, and you cause this massive tragedy. It's just like, oh, shit, no, we've got to press on, we've got to do this, we've got to be heroes and whatever. Carrying on. And it starts to mess with his mind. He starts to see things and do things differently. And you get into this one room when you're trying to rejoin it with your teammates, and it's full of like mannequins and stuff. And then there's one of these big grunty guys coming towards you, and you're trying to shoot him, and the screen's flashing on and off. So it's like, what? You can see everything, and then flash, and then he's moved, and all the mannequins have moved. And you try to shoot him again. It's like, fuck, where's he gone? It's over there. And it starts messing you. And these like hallucinations stuff like that get worse and worse as you go through the game as things get more fucked up and
like Condemned 2.
Yeah, a lot
Condemned
like
2 had like a lot of fucking messed up stuff.
I love Condemned.
Yeah, it was a lot like Condemned in that sense. Because he's got like post-traumatic stress syndrome because the atrocity that he's occurred was that horrible, and he could have left right at the start of the game, and he keeps giving chance after chance. He keeps saying, we should go now, we should go. And he's like, no, we need to press on. Because that's how a game's supposed to be. You're supposed to press on, see it out to its conclusion, see the mission out. Yeah. And you get to the end, and the guy you've been pursuing, who you've turned from like your idol to this big villain who's committed all these atrocities. And it turns out he's committed suicide at the very start of the game before anything had happened. So you could have walked away from that situation.
No harm done.
Right at the start, and none of this stuff had happened. Would have happened.
Fucking ass heavy.
It's really gritty and good. And that was a good story, and they bigged it up as a good story, and not fair play to them. But stuff like Far Cry, which what was that game about? Far Cry 3. It was about there was a man in there who's gone on about sanity, and it just turns out you have to save your dickhead mates.
Yeah, like it's a bunch of hipster douches go on holiday, and there's a guy on the island that's nasty.
Yeah, there's a nasty man on an island, and he nicks all your mates, and you're going to nick him back.
He's a cool character.
Yeah, he's a cool character. He's very cool written.
It is weird though, because I mean, with Far Cry 3, it was the only reason it didn't get Game of the Year was because it came out too late or something stupid like that. He's a really good villain.
But there's too much. You can't just assume though that you've made a good villain. That makes it a good story. That's not a fucking case.
Yeah. Well, you kind of.
Borderlands 2, great villain, great story to go with it.
Some really just funny characters in that game as well. That little girl. I was in stitches pretty much the whole time that you're like doing missions for her.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. One of my grapes.
Yep.
About games.
Grapes.
One of my grapes.
What are your grapes about games?
One of my fucking Gilbert grapes. Right?
What's grabbed your Gilbert grapes?
What's up with Gilbert grape? Is when you get really poxy ass, horrible. This isn't to do with like really a fault with the developers putting in water or anything like that. It's when you get a really poxy thing happen, like you've got to wipe out all the enemies in a certain area, and you get one enemy that's inside a rock or something, and you can, and the graphics go a bit scatty, and you can see that they're inside the rock. Yeah. That like the rock's gone semi-transparent where the enemy is. Little things like that, little fucking stupid ass bugs that make you want to cave your own face in.
Stuff they should have tested.
Yeah, stuff that shouldn't be in games like this now.
That's new as well. That's like new to this generation of games because they've obviously with the downloadable content thing, they've just a lot of developers have decided it's perfectly acceptable to release an unfinished product and then charge people more to complete that product.
Yeah.
So that irritates me.
Assassin's Creed 2 did a really fucking horrible. They had you could do sequences 1 to 15, But 12 was locked, and you had to buy the DLC for 12, therefore get the achievement, therefore complete the game, therefore get that little
bullshit.
marker.
Yeah, you couldn't. It was included in the trophy list or the achievement list from the beginning. Like even if you didn't have the downloadable content, like
Couldn't touch it.
that irritated me because you couldn't 100% that game unless you paid money. In the end,
but I hate poxy glitches like that.
Yeah.
Poxy glitches where someone you're fighting is invincible. I just hate that.
falling through the ground.
Yeah, there was a bit on Halo 4, right? Now, 343 promised us that they would be as good as Bungie, man. Everyone assured me that they would be as good as Bungie. And there's this stupid ass bit where you're going along on a ghost and you get infinite turbo boost for some reason. And you are caning it along. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet, I enjoy going along on ghosts. And there's bits of rock popping up out of the ground. And that, sort of creating like the way you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
I got ahead of the game. It popped me up underneath me, this rock, flicked me up into the air, and I went like, must have been half a mile into the air, games wise.
Yeah.
And I was just in grey space. I could look down and see the level that they designed, this corridor. I could see nothing else.
An addendum I've got to that, Black Ops, there's a bit where there's like an avalanche behind you and you're running away from the avalanche and you've got to jump off a cliff. Now if you don't keep up with your mates, rather than you see the avalanche take you out or anything like that, the game just blows out the screen and goes, you didn't keep up with your mates, here's a quote about war. It's like, so I failed it because I didn't keep up with my mates, because I didn't keep in touch with your story, because the way you wanted to tell it. You wanted me to keep up with my mates rather than give me a chance to just jump off it anyway. Just give me a false sense of that avalanche is always going to keep coming. It's just such a bullshit type thing. It's just corridoring at its worst. Because Call of Duty's always been a game where you've got to follow the path. You've got to follow the path you set out for us. And COD 4 did really, really well. Particularly on the ghillies mission, where you got the ghillie suits on. And there's a bit with tanks coming at you, and it's a wide open space, but it soon narrows when all these tanks and troops come through. And basically the idea is you've got to stay still. And then you see all this come through, and you've got to do this mission, this entire mission, exactly as it says. But because it's so well scripted and so well done,
you don't mind.
It's a genius thing.
Yeah.
But they try to recreate that formula with the next game, the next game, the next game, and it just feels so opaque now. You can see it all happening. It shouldn't be like that.
That's the thing is like with them is they've. Well, I think it's like it is Activision, isn't it? The overarching sort of, and they are just sort of
just rehashing the same shit.
But they kill franchises doing that.
Yeah. Like obviously, they got bored of making Guitar Hero games. That's how many they made. They got bored of it.
Yeah.
Like they became so financially. They killed it as
and they there's a sort of movie tie-in Spider-Man game, but they've calmed down on the Spider-Man games. They've calmed down completely on Tony Hawk games.
They killed that. They completely killed Tony Hawk.
Skate only released 3 games. They've just sort of gone. Right, we're going to chill out for a bit. We'll come back to it when we'll
do something else. Yeah.
I love Skate, but I am prepared to take a break for a bit so they can come back a bit fresh.
That was one of those things. So like that's probably another one of my gripes is games like Skate, or any game where you have like an objective, and it's one of those things where you're gonna get it eventually.
Yeah.
But every time you fail, it just fills you with rage. Like you're literally like, and you keep trying and you get closer and closer, and then you go the opposite way for a bit, and you're like, I need to have a break from this because I'm now becoming shitter.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's little things like that. Obviously, a bit of challenge is good, but
a challenge you can do.
I mean, I get that with Skate, why it does that, because that's the life of skateboarding anyway. It's all about getting that 1 out of 20 tries.
It's that horrible part in games that where you fail something and then you have to wait for it to load back up again. To fail almost immediately, to load up again.
Or even worse than that.
I can't stand that.
Checkpoints as well. Like
makes me want to vomit.
You get to a point in a level and you fail, and then you have to go back to the checkpoint, and then you get to that point again and you fail, and it's like just a never-ending circle of...
But you say that, there's sometimes the checkpoint gets too much. Like Last of Us, I felt the checkpoint on that, well, a lot of people felt like the checkpoint on that took away from the survival element.
Yeah.
because it was basically like Uncharted checkpointing. Like we're really generous. We'll look after you. We'll checkpoint you as much as possible, so you don't need to get too stressed when you lose it.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine though saying about I forget which game it was in particular, but the checkpoint was just before an air vent part. You're in an air vent, a conveniently sized air vent that you always end up in. You're in an air vent. The checkpoint was immediately before you drop down and go back into normal rooms and fight some stuff. He only had enough health. He had like half a heart or half a bar or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough health to survive the fall from the air vent. It took just enough damage away that it would kill him. There was no fucking shit. And it was right at the end of the game, and they had no way of completing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it'd overwritten his save because that was the way the checkpoint system was.
Oh no!
Poxy things like that. Mine is my main gripes, Gilbert's, are towards like poxy, stupid little shit like that, and also any game that Sega make nowadays.
Any game that Sega make.
They went so crap. Like they were like market leaders, and then along came Sony, and it's like Sony were like, "Oh, we've got competition. Oh, let's just start doing really shit stuff now."
They did fall away.
I've heard the Dreamcast being described as like ahead of its time and stuff like that. Like apparently,
it had a lot of intelligent, forward-thinking technologies. It just never used any of them.
Yeah, like it had a game called Seaman on it. Like
they're bringing Seaman back.
No way.
It was just like a picture. It was like a bass and a picture of one of the developer's face on the sea bass.
It was like Leonard Nimoy's face or something stupid like that.
It looks amazing, and they're bringing him back.
I used to talk to it because it had like one of the peripherals for the Dreamcast was a microphone, and you could sit there and you could talk to it, and it spoke back, and like it would ask you what you did for a living, and you'd be like, "I'm a bricklayer," and then it would be like, "So you're in the sex industry?" And you're like, "What?" And then you could slap it. You could lift it out of the water and give it a slap and stuff. Like it was just, I don't know. It's just a weird game.
That's fucking weird, yeah.
That's mad. But then you got stuff like typing of the dead.
Yeah.
Like instead of shooting, this is like you get the peripheral keyboard, fish, sea, and you just shoot like boom.
It was just really random word combinations as well. Though it was really weird. It was like goosey boots, like because obviously. I recently,
the PewDiePie thing.
I saw that like video of him playing it, and like
that was funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because he doesn't understand the words. I like PewDiePie.
Very good. Very
good. Sega. I remember playing a fucking hideous Iron Man movie tie-in game that was made by Sega.
Oh yeah.
It's like, why are you still letting them make games?
Why are you still letting people do movie tie-ins?
Well, it's not that they can be really good. I really enjoyed the Wolverine Origins game. It was better than the film.
It was that was gorgeous. That was beautiful.
It was a bit repetitive.
Everything was better than that film, though. I hate that film.
But
and I saw the work print as well, so like that was even worse.
Oh Lord!
It's like it's the film before it's been like edited and all the CGI has been put. It's literally just shit.
But it's so weird that you can have like a massive film. When Iron Man came out, it was such a massive film, and then it's like, yeah, should we get a game to develop this? What about Sega? They do games, don't they? No. Get someone really good. Get Activision to make it, or someone like that.
I mean, we must remember the fact that the game industry was killed off once because of a film tie-in. E.T. The game that was dare speak its name. Yowzers. No, we just don't do it well. Most of the times it's because I know it's the idea of trying to time it in with the film. It's like we've got to get it out when the film comes out because then we'll make the most money.
Yeah, it's always a rush.
What's the most successful one in history? GoldenEye. That came a year out after that film.
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
Yeah, there's no rush. They built the game up almost.
It's weird how it goes both ways as well, though. Like when they if you've got your movie tie-in game, which would come out probably before the film even comes out, and so, which is weird because sometimes it's got like major spoilers in the game or something. But if they do make a film based on a game, that obviously wouldn't come out straight away. But they have all the time in the world to make that film, and it's usually shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking about making a Watch Dogs film
already.
Yeah. But the game's not even out. It's like, we're going to make the Watch Dogs film. Because that's my French accent. It's better than my Steven Gerrard Xbox announcer. Alright, I'm Steven Gerrard. I'm here to tell you about Xbox. Idiots. It's a fucking Betamax, isn't it? Because they're going to take that much of a U-turn. They're going to go right back to the old tech.
That guy at E3.
Like tape-based adventures.
Yeah, I don't know whether he was at Gamescom as well, but like the guy at E3 that was talking about Watch Dogs, I think it's like the Ubisoft guy. I presume,
Yves Guillemot.
He's French Canadian, isn't he? Like
they all are.
Yeah, like, and his face just annoyed me. He had like one.
What's it do with a scarf?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, sure. That sounds Dutch. I'm not even going to try and do. I'm not even going to try and do
Dutch man.
Like, yeah, he just is.
Just imagine David Cage.
The accent, and the raised eyebrow, and the hipster scarf, and everything. It just annoyed me. I was sat watching it. I was like, this is a really cool game, but that guy just pisses me off.
I love the way they talked about the Division though.
Yeah.
Because he had the guy on stage, and he looked like he was ready to give us the Doomsday scenario on a plate. What if the whole world had got ill at the same time? That's my version of that. They are all ill. They are sick. We must go. It's like,
it's German Spanish.
What is? Yeah, it's in Spanish there. It's like the film Contagion is basically trying to describe to us. Like everyone's a little bit sick, and you've got to go out and sort shit out.
That sort of thing. I always worry about games like that because I know there's always going to be. You get a room full of people. There's always going to be one dick.
Yeah.
At least. Like.
And it's him on stage.
No, like. It's just that's another gripe really. You get like a guy that just he's there to just be a dick. So you're playing online, like even it's a co-op scenario.
Yeah.
But there's one guy that's just putting sticky grenades on everyone on his team or something.
Yeah, yeah. There's always one dick like that.
With the Division, like it's because it's PvP. Like it's not something that you say, oh, I want to be part of the PvP server, or
you've got to be in there anyway. It's no matter what. It's the system world.
You won't be able to control it. There'll just be someone that will literally just sit there, and to get like his kill stats up or something, you'll just be like, right, they're over there. Just they're playing a co-op game. I'll just shoot them.
I'd say one of my future gripes is going to be based on what I've seen at E3 and Gamescom. Tablet integration.
Yeah. Because
they showed that off with the Division, and it's just like, oh, you get to be a floaty orb man, and this world's scalable, and it looks really clever and cool. But at the same time, I'm thinking there's not going to be a scenario in the world where I'm going to let 3 of my mates go around shooting, and I'm going to be on a fucking tablet, pointing at, can you shoot him? How about him? What about it? Oh, you can't do anything.
No.
What am I supposed to? It's the least helpful thing to do in the world. Like I get why they can do it, but no one's going to do it.
It's weird, yeah. It's like a really weird addition. It's like that. I think it was the newest, like most wanted Need for Speed game that's coming out. Tablet, you're like a police chopper.
Yeah.
You just follow them with a. Like that's all you do. You follow them and put like a searchlight on them, and like you've got some people playing as the police, you've got some people playing as the like street racers, and then you've got a guy with his iPad just following them. So I don't understand that. Like to a certain extent, I find it funny when they're talking about the controller, the DualShock 4. And obviously you got the touchpad on the front, and they were saying like, oh, it's really cool. You can do little things like if there's you need to put your thumb on a thumb scanner to open a door. Just put your thumb on the touchpad, and that'll open the door.
Oh, it's like all the great things you could do with 6 axes.
Yeah, it's like oh, that's great. I really wanted. I'm sat there playing a game, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I just put my thumb on here. Yeah, cool. Okay, can I carry on playing the game now, please?
Yeah.
Like
kind of game breaking. Yeah.
I don't really understand any of that. Yeah. That's really weird.
And the move dildos. If they fix the like,
don't mention words there or anything, mate. Just say what it is. Call a spade a spade.
Like, if they fix the camera, which it looks like, obviously the PlayStation 3, the eye camera, it still looked the same as it had done on the PS2. It looked tacky and crap, and now it looks like the Kinect. It might be better, but I still think with those motion things, you need to live in like a glass-fronted apartment in sunny America for it to actually work.
I think you need the physique to live in a glass-fronted house in sunny America to feel like you're allowed to play those games.
Yeah, like
the Kinect needs to sort of scan you and go, okay, your body fat index is too high. Go away and train, and we'll let you play Zumba fitness.
So you got your move dildos, and they're showing up, but then you've got like the camera just dark, and there's like bits of the room showing up, and bits of the room aren't showing up, and then you just look like a dick.
You're always going to look like a dick with motion until they give me a holodeck out of Star Trek. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Until I get that holodeck, and it's just like, I'm encased. Bring me the world.
I refuse to buy any Kinect games because they all look shit.
Exactly.
And there was one that I was interested in, which was some nightmare game, some like first person.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Punching zombies in the face game.
Yeah, that looks alright.
And
Zombie Puncher 8000.
yeah, that was it. Is it like Rise of Nightmares? I want to say Rise of Nightmares.
My name's better.
Your name is what it is. And I remember thinking, I don't want to commit myself to buying this because I think it was on Xbox Live to download cheap.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to commit myself to buying this and then have to find my Kinect wherever the hell I put it so that I can play it without seeing what it looked like. So I watched a trailer online, and the fiddliness of having to like open doors, because you're opening doors, it doesn't quite pick up your hands, your fingers and stuff, so you have to do it with like your hips or something fucking stupid like that. It's like, oh, nod your head 3 times and then tap your knees to open this door.
You just do it like that, like you're doing the...
Well, like Alibaba soon, you go Hanakazam.
Like rub your belly and tap your head and stand on one leg. Like...
And then the actual like fighting the zombies, it is like you can just fucking wail.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I would get tired after a bit, but the first couple of zombies I'd be fast as fuck. I would beat the shit out of those zombies, and then I'll get worse, and then you would learn gradually, this is more about a stamina thing. No, you have to move in such a specific way to hit the zombies and stuff that there's no point. Give me a fucking controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way in hell.
Because I'm too restricted.
There's nothing on Kinect that I could possibly do, or the eye, that I could possibly do, but I can do faster with controller. I hate when they say, this game's better with Kinect. Like Mass Effect 3 said, this game's better with Kinect on the box.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can say the commands of the choices you want to make. It's like, yeah, or I could move the stick, push the A button, which is infinitely faster.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that thing in one of the FIFA games though, where they put Kinect into, like, Kinect capability into the game. And one of the only reasons it connects in it is because if you're playing it and you swear, you'll get guarded by the referee.
What?
Like, I thought that was brilliant.
Part of the joy of playing games is that I get to take out my frustration and swear my fucking tits off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, I think I'll call that time there then for today. I think that's been a very productive use of our time to...
It's been a
I feel better. I feel refreshed. I feel vented. I feel ready to tackle some more games.
Yeah, I might go get some Sega games.
Get me some Echo the Dolphin up in this motherfucker.
Let's all go for a swim.
Alright, I've been Nats Dragonheart. He's been the Flawless Cowboy.
Mostly.
And he's been Amazing Tim. And we hope to catch you all again soon. We got a Metal Gear special coming up soon. We hope you're all interested in that. It may replace our regular show depending on what happens with Cowboy's paternity leave. Yeah. It may be that we come around to do the podcast and he has to go pesky poxy thing like witnessing the birth of new life.
These things.
These things happen, but you know.
Sounds kind of boring.
Sounds kind of boring, bro. Should play some Bioshock.
In a minute.
But we'll see how it all rolls. So we hope to catch you all again soon. Stick with us. Thank you all again for listening to us. Cheers.